YouTube done goofed, and I mean that in the most serious, most unironic way possible, and I know that's probably not the best way to put it, considering this is actually a fairly serious topic, and there's actually some serious ramifications behind it, but in all reality, it's a lighthearted way to put it. Now, for those of you who don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, and it's something that hasn't affected me as of yet, and for the most part, it only seems to be affecting a small number of larger YouTubers who perhaps were singled out, perhaps not. I don't know, as there is very little information at the moment as to what is going on in relation to this event or whatever, but it seems like this could be something that could very much impact the future of content on YouTube as a whole, and what basically is free speech on YouTube, or the lack thereof.
That boy ain't nothing but trouble.
For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, there has been some recent shit that's come up, and oh shit, actually, by swearing, this might actually be a problem for me if it ever becomes a problem for everyone else. But regardless, for those of you who don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, there's been a problem that has arisen recently in terms of blocking monetization on certain YouTubers' videos for making content that is not advertiser friendly, quote unquote. That might not actually be a direct quote because it's been a little bit since I saw the video on it, but someone who has been affected by this has brought it into the limelight, and that person's name is Philip DeFranco. For those of you who don't know who he is, he does a daily news show and does other various types of content on several different channels. He, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, owns the channel SourceFed and all of their affiliates, or at the very least he started it, and that's another story for another time. He is heavily involved with those channels and whatnot, and he, of course, his channel, the Philip DeFranco Show, or just Philip DeFranco, is his biggest, most crowning achievement, so to speak. Now, recently, it seems he's been having some issues, and those issues being that he's been running into videos of his being demonetized because they're not advertiser friendly. And for those of you who don't know what the fuck that's talking about, basically there are things in the YouTube terms of service that say that if you publish certain types of content that you cannot, get advertising revenue and shit like that. The reason that people are able to do YouTube as a career, and these things can include graphic or violent imagery and the like, so that's a pretty broad category. And then the biggest, most sort of hypocritical or underlooked, or I don't even know if you could call it underlooked, but rather the one that seems to be ignored the very most is the one where it says excessive use of strong language, which I feel like is 99% of YouTube, because honestly, if you find YouTubers who are 100% clean in terms of their vocabulary, well, then let me know who the fuck you found, because I'd be really surprised. I know there are some that specifically make content to be family friendly and whatnot, so I know they do exist, but in reality it seems like the vast majority of content creators, especially within the gaming community and the commentary community, don't really seem to give a flying fuck about what they say on YouTube in terms of language, because in reality it really shouldn't matter. I mean, free speech and all that, but then again, we're not going to get into free speech in this video. That's just too big of a thing for me to tackle right now. But regardless, I just wanted to point it out to those of you who watch these videos of mine that there is now a thing that is going around, and it seems like it's only affecting bigger YouTubers and very specific YouTubers, where their videos are being demonetized because they are no longer advertiser friendly, because they do not follow that term of service or those conditions where they perhaps use excessive strong language, which I can tell you Philip DeFranco definitely doesn't. He does use strong language from time to time, but that does not seem to be something that is all that frequent on his show. And then we have things like graphic or violent imagery, which you could argue that sometimes when he's covering certain stories, he does talk about and show little clips and things that could be considered graphic or violent. I mean, I wouldn't even go so far as to say graphic, because those things are definitely not graphic in the sense that they're not something that wouldn't be normally allowed on YouTube. And the fact that perhaps these terms of service have recently changed, I'm not sure, but as far as I know, they've always been there. And the fact that YouTube is now just deciding to fucking do something about it is very, very surprising and very, very hypocritical. So for anyone, if there's any fucking chance that anyone from YouTube is watching this, or anyone who has perhaps connections to YouTube or something, I don't fucking know, dude, that's basically fucking impossible. But regardless, if there is, like, what the fuck is happening? Like, why is this gonna be something we have to worry about? Is this something that everyone's gonna have to worry about? Do I have to worry about it, having my small audience and having to fucking like worry about saying fucking every 5 seconds? Like, is that going to be a problem? Is this not advertiser friendly? I mean, I would think that the people who are buying this ad space know what they're buying ad space on, especially with YouTube, where the vast majority of content isn't entirely safe for work or entirely family friendly content. You know, we really want to get in there with the family friendly content. You know what I'm fucking saying, dude? You know, we got to publish them Minecraft Let's Plays where we use perfectly clean language. Oh gosh, there's a creeper. Oh gee golly, my house is blowing up. Oh zoinks, there's a I can't even do it. I was about to say zoinks, there's a fucking zombie. For the people who are purchasing ad space on YouTube, I think they know what they're getting into. Just between you and me, I think they know what they're doing. But anyways, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. Sorry, my videos have been really fucking weird this week because first of all, I accidentally published one video a day early, and then obviously there was no video for Wednesday because that video was published a day early, and it's been a fucking mess, dude. But regardless, it was actually it was a fucking shit video, so who cares? But regardless, so I say that so fucking much. I say but regardless like every fucking sentence. Like, disregard what I just previous said and then listen to what I'm saying now. Like for fuck's sake, why do I do that? Like, I'm gonna get fucking demonetized because I keep saying fuck so much. Like, Jesus, what's the problem? And me saying Jesus, is that saying God's name in vain or some shit? Is that gonna be advertiser friendly? Like, what the fuck is going on? What is happening on YouTube? And between you and me, I think it's all gonna blow over in like 2 days. But seriously, like, who cares? Seriously, it's a big deal. Let's make a fucking fuss about it.